Hi everyone. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to Creative Stampin' Designs. Okay. I've got another fun fold for you today using, I think this is one of my favorite sets from, hi Rosie, hi Jamie, thanks for joining. From the January to June 2021 mini catalog. I love the entire suite. I think the only thing I did not buy from the suite, hang on one second, I'm a little unprepared today, sorry. I've been running all over the place. And did not even realize what time it was. I think it was like quarter of, and I'm like, oh my goodness. I was not ready at all. So this is the whole suite from the catalog. It's on page 40, 41, and 42. And I think the only thing I did not get were the stickers, because I'm not a big sticker person. Hi Amy, hi Lori. You're trying to figure out an Easter card for a teenage boy. Rather watch. Oh, thanks, Rosie. I love this suite. It is just so pretty, and this is my favorite. This is my happy place. Seashells and the beach. I love it. So let's get started. I'm actually going to show you first before I get started, just put the dies. So the dies come with the one die, which is a full card front, 5.5 by 4.25. So when you cut this out, you get this. Okay. Then it fits perfectly into the embossing folder. Just like this. Everything fits perfectly in there. And you emboss it, and you get this. Now, if you just want to use the embossing folder, have that. And you can just use that as your card front. So this set is it's gorgeous. So the first thing I'm going to ask you guys, this is going to be, hang on, I don't want to drop everything. I've got all these little pieces that I pre-cut ahead of time. So this is going to be the card front. And I thought I would see which one you like better. If you like with the soft seafoam or the pear pizzazz. Well, okay, I would have to emboss this one. I didn't emboss it yet. Or the pear pizzazz. So you tell me which one you think you would like better, and that's the one I'm going to use. And I'll put all this away. But yes, I did cut everything out ahead of time because there's a lot of pieces to this card. So to try to save a little bit of time. You like the soft seafoam, Jamie? I'll put it together later. Seafoam. Looks like it's going to be seafoam. Now, one of the things I did, move this out of the way too. After I cut this out, now I did cut it in the pearlescent paper, I stamped all the seashells. And then that's the extent of my fussy cutting, Jamie. I just snipped the shells out so that I'm going to be able to set them on the top. Okay? One tip, when you stamp the shells on the pearlescent paper, you need to let it dry. And guess how I figured that one out? I went to emboss after I had stamped the shells, and I snipped these all out. These are in the pearlescent paper. I wanted to show you the steps, and I went to emboss the soft seafoam piece, and it's hard for you to see. I could see it clearly, but there's ink on it. And I didn't think to wash it because I didn't see anything right when I did, because the colors were light, but it went on to the green. Luckily, you can't see it that well. Hi, Jillian. Thanks for joining. Hi, Donna. All right. I will try to keep up with comments, but as you all know, I'm not real good at that. All right. Let's get all these pieces to the side. Like I said, there's a lot of little pieces to this. So it starts out with a plain, it's just a normal, I know it's a fun fold, but not on the outside. So we're going to start, I scored that. A piece of Seaside Spray cardstock. Now, Jamie, I know you're going to cringe when I tell you this, but I can't even show you my color palette. I used 10 different colors for my card today. Actually, 11 if we count the soft seafoam. That was not what I had originally planned on doing. I thought it was going to be a nice, just a few colors. But yeah, I have 10 colors here that I used. I'm not going to be stamping much. I only have a little bit of stamping to do. But I had all the colors out. Must be at the end of my glue. I'm going to have to get a new one. I want to use the liquid glue on the front so I have a little bit of wiggle room. Yes, Jamie, 10 colors. But I actually used all but 2 of them are the subtles. So the Sahara Sand, well, that's a neutral. And then I did use Cinnamon Cider for my little starfish. I was trying to get the closest I could, and Cinnamon Cider won. All right, so like I said, the card front is just your basic card front. I am going to adhere this down with liquid glue. I probably should have put it on a adhesive sheet. It would have stuck easier. Only because I'm going to have the seashells popped up a little. And I did it this way because I wanted the seaweed in green. I got a new glue in this one. Oh, I'm going to have a gluey mess. I woke up this morning to some snow. I was listening to the radio at 5 o'clock, and they said, chance of some snow flurries. Went to bring the dog out at 6 o'clock, and it was coming down pretty heavy. Big, huge snowflakes today. I'm just actually, you know what? I'm going to put the glue on the shells. I'm not going to worry about the seaweed. You get more on the shells, because then the seaweed will stick instead of, because the seaweed is tiny pieces for me to get to. Do you have any snow up by you, Amy? All right. Let's see where I put glue so I don't stick my fingers in it. All right, we're just going to put this right on the front, like that. Oh, yeah, we didn't have any snow yesterday here. Amy did, though. And even my son's girlfriend said she works about, I guess about 15 minutes away from my house. And she said where she works, it was snowing there. All right, so I'm going to add some glue dots to the shells. And I need... So the shells, this one I did in Petal Pink. And my shells are all different colors because when I go to the beach, the shells on the beach are all different colors. They're not all one color. So I used Petal Pink, Seaside Spray, Highland Heather, So Saffron, and Blushing Bride. So those were the colors for my seashells. All the measurements, all the colors, everything will be on my blog on Friday, which is creativestampingdesigns.com. I'll put everything on there. Oops. Everything's sticking to me today. I must have glue on my hands. All right, and all I'm doing is I'm just fitting these in from the way I cut them off the panel. Just fitting them right back into the, whoops, into the die. Get more, okay, there, let's say, used all those dimensionals. I just want to make sure these are all going to stay in place. Got into work today. Everybody was waiting for me because we played the Mega Millions, and I was in charge, and I had the tickets. But unfortunately, we didn't win. I don't think anybody won, which means I'll be collecting money from everybody again. The only time we ever play is, you know, when it's really up there. Somebody did text me and told me we did have somebody right in my town that won $1 million. And I'm going to guess they probably bought their ticket the same place I did. And I'm going to put one more right in the middle of this one. Sure this stays in place. All right. Love this new paper. Just like I said, it takes a minute to dry. So, well, at least now I learned my lesson, so I know next time I use it, either get my heat tool out and dry it, or stamp it and walk away for a while. Dimensionals going everywhere today. Oops. Did not expect to use this many dimensionals, but I forgot how many shells I had. All right, this is the last one for the front, and then I'm going to do the sentiment. Get it right. So that's it. That's all. That's really all there is to the front. I do have a piece of the pearlescent paper to do the sentiment with. Thanks, Jamie. I do have to cut one thing out. This is the only thing I have to cut out is the sentiment for it. And I'm stamping the sentiment in Sahara sand. Hopefully this is going to be dark enough. Should be okay. Now I'm second guessing it. All right, we'll see how it comes out. But I am going to dry it. It's going to get loud for a second because I know if I run this through the die cutting machine, it's going to smear. I just thought I would do it in the pearlescent paper so it kind of goes with the rest on the front. The heat tool has two settings. One is for drying ink and two is for embossing. All right, I'm just going to cut this out with my stitched oval. I had it out already waiting. So I'm just going to have you right back. Yeah, that should be good. I know on the camera it's kind of hard to see. I'm trying to get a good angle. But up close, you could see, you could read it. And I don't want it to over, be too bright on the, or not bright, too dark against all the soft colors. All right. Grab my tweezer. And I'm just going to put this right up here. Right like that. Okay. So that's it for the card front. Now the inside is where all the work is. So I have a panel of Sea and Sand DSP. This paper, again, is gorgeous. This piece, it's cut 10.5 by 5 3/8, and it's scored at 2 1/4, 3 1/4, 4 1/4, 5 1/4, 6 1/4, 7 1/4, and 8 1/4. The inside pops up, in case you couldn't tell. So I'm gonna fold it. We're gonna accordion fold it, and hope that I get this all right. I haven't made this card in a while. But I thought it would be a fun one to make. I don't want to use my bone folder until I'm sure I have all the pieces right. So what's actually going to happen, get it all folded. This gets here, there, and don't even tell me I folded it wrong. Oh, that's right. This is supposed to pop up. I don't know why that one's not popping up. Try using the bone folder. Get the creases. Like I said, I didn't want to crease it until I was sure. Track of which way I'm going here. I think I got them all this way. I got that one. This is not doing what it's supposed to do for me. I think I folded it wrong. I think I did. Oh my goodness. That's embarrassing. There we go. That's how it's going to go. So there, everything will pop up. So I'm going to use a little, actually I think I'm going to use tear and tape on the two ends because that's what's going to get the movement of being opened and closed. So I think I'm going to put tear and tape on the ends. Last time I made this card, I did use just liquid glue. But I want to make sure that it stays, you know, like I said, it's going to get opened and closed a little bit, so. So all you want to do is put the glue on the 2 1/4 inch pieces. Like that. All right, and we're going to glue down the one side, and then I will, let's take this one off, this side off first. And then I'll fold it and then fold the card over to it. We got a little bit of a tear. Should be okay. You know what? I'm gonna put just a little piece of tear and tape on that, but I'm not gonna take the tape off. It's just a tiny tear there. Put it on, leave it, and I can fold it with that. Oh, it is there. All right, so we're just gonna line it up with an equal border around on that side. Best we can. The bad thing about the tear and tape is once you glue it down, it's down. It doesn't give you wiggle room. All right, and then we're going to accordion fold it. And we're going to close the card on top of it. tape doesn't want to peel for me today. Oh my goodness. Okay, got that one. Let's see if I can get this side up. There we go. Okay. So when I close the card, well, if we turn it right side up, and that's how the card will be. Hi, Debbie. Thanks for joining. Okay, so on the inside, I have all the little pieces cut out. All right, and we have a panel that's going to go right here, and that's where the sentiment will go and where you can sign the card. All right, so we have, I pre-cut these already. Sahara sand, and I cut them with my stitched shapes dies using the square. I think it's the second largest square. All right, and we're going to use liquid glue because I don't know if you can see, I don't know if I can get a good angle on them. There you go. I embossed them using the subtle embossing folder. And I lost, I'll use my tweezers. So otherwise I'm going to end up with glue all over. You know what? I'm going to make life easy for me. I like liquid glue, but not today. I see myself making a big mess with the liquid glue. So I'm going to use glue dots just for the bottom of these. Because I don't want to secure them down because it's seaweed, and seaweed is supposed to move freely in the ocean, right? All right, so we're just going to put a piece like that. Put another one like that. And then the same thing with these pieces. Just going to put a glue dot on the bottom of these. Now this seaweed I stamped this one here. It was Pear Pizzazz, and I stamped it on Pear Pizzazz paper and then cut it out with the dies. And this one here was mint macaron paper, and I stamped it with mint macaron ink. Okay, so these I'm gonna put these up a little higher because these, you'll see why in a second. So this is one of those cards that is going to take at least a 70-cent stamp. And then we're just going to add the seashell on the bottom. I was going to put the seashell on with the Stampin' Dimensional, but then I might have a little trouble closing it. So this one we're just going to set it on the bottom like that. And this one, we're going to glue my little starfish on. Put that just like that. And then this one here, I'm not putting any seaweed on this one. I'm just going to glue my sand dollar down. Only because this one takes up the whole panel. There. Now we're going to adhere these. This is where it gets a little tricky. I have to decide where I want them, but I have to decide before I put them in. because you want to see them, because I can't do it with it open. So, oops, sorry, I didn't realize I was out of the camera view. So I'm going to glue them down like that, so when they open up, you see all three of them. Okay, and we're just going to add a little liquid glue just on one half, just the half that's going to be against the DSP. So we have this one on the top. I'm just going to add the liquid glue. Like I said, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Put that one there. Put this one on the bottom. So then we'll just have to get the top one. And then this one will go in the middle. And we'll kind of just slip it right in there. And you want to push it right up against, right in the crease. Just turn it around this way and give it a good rub. Oh, thanks, Jamie. That's so the whole thing doesn't unroll on me while I'm working. So there. So when they open it up, that's the card. We're just going to stamp this piece. So this is really the extent of stamping. Oh, and I never even checked to see if... Oh, my sentiment's just going to fit. Whew. I forgot to check that ahead of time. All right, so we're going to aim for straight. Oops, I got a little bit of ink. And I know what will happen the second I go to push down. It's going to go on my paper where I don't want it. All right, we're going to try to get this straight here. And I think I did. Sorry, I surprise myself sometimes. And on the bottom, there's a little like sand image. I'm just going to put some sand on the bottom, and I'm going to put some shells on top of it. Okay. Get this out of the way. And I think we're going to stamp, I think I'm going to use this shell here, but I'm going to stamp it with Blushing Bride. And we'll just stamp this one just like that. Whoops. All the ink here because I wasn't sure which colors, which shells I was going to do, so I wanted to make sure I had them all right there. Use the Seaside spray and just put this one like that. There. And then we're going to put that on the inside with some Stampin' Seal. I have to open it first. Come on. Scrap paper on the side. And this piece is going to go right here. I'm just going to center it again. I'm actually going to I like to rub the backs because my hands are a little inky, and that I will be very upset if I get ink on that. So there you have it. The only other thing I wanted to do is add just a couple of the little opal rounds to the front. Just want to scatter a couple. Love these. These are so, I don't know if you can see, they're like an iridescent. Thank you, Lori. Love these opal rounds. Like I said, I got everything. I bought just about everything from the suite. The only thing I didn't get were the stickers because it was one of those things I didn't know if I would use them. And we'll just add one more. And just put it right there. All right, I'm going to do a quick envelope, and we'll be done. Stand that in the corner. Pull this down a little because what's going to happen when I close the envelope, let me add a little more glue. When I close the envelope, because the card is so thick, it'll end up, some of the DSP will be over and I'll have to cut it down. I'd rather put it lower so I don't have to worry about cutting it. Yeah, like I said, this card definitely, I may hand deliver this card. But this card definitely is at least a 70-cent stamp card. Believe it or not, I have done some fun folds that have only taken a 55-cent stamp. But for the most part, I think because of all the layers I use on my cards, they usually take 70 cents. So I got in the habit, I just buy 70-cent stamps from the post office. Back there, and I'm just gonna, where's my sand? Gonna stamp some sand and seashells just along the bottom front. And there's really no rhyme or reason. Sand is not perfect. Have that on the bottom, and I'll just stamp a couple of the shells across the bottom too. Starfish, love this little starfish. I think he's one of my favorite things from this set. Is not, well, I like all the seashells, but I love the starfish. I just think it's adorable. Oh, and I just stuck my finger right in the ink. Whoops. Stamp that one like that. I put this one back. And I knew I needed it too. I think I'm going to have to order myself some more blocks. I seem to be running out of blocks while I'm stamping lately. That's the envelope front. I think we're done. So there you have it. Here's the envelope and the card. It's kind of there's the front, and then it just pops open. Just like that. Hope you liked it. I just want to remind everybody that, you know, the Whisper white paper has gone away. All right. They have replaced it with basic white, which is, it's a little more white than the Whisper white. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's a little bit more white. I did have a piece today for the inside, but I don't have a piece of Whisper white handy to compare it. But it is all available right now. And we also have the sign up special going on right now during Celebration. It's until, well, Celebration is going on right now until February 28th. Get free products with any qualifying orders. So for each $50 order, you get to pick a free product, and then there's $200 free, a stamp set and a bundle, which is a stamp set and paper. That is for a $100 order. And right now, until February 28th, we have the sign-up special that I'm just looking what I did with it. I had all the paper right here to show you, and I must have put something on top of it, and I don't know where it is. If you sign up to be a demonstrator right now, you pay $99 for $125 worth of merchandise, and Stampin' Up! Is going to send you 5 full packs of 6x6, here it is, Designer Series paper. Now these are the papers that are not available right now. These are only available, these will be available in the 2021 to 2022 annual catalog. And you'll get a pack of the 2020 to 2022 in colors, the neutrals, the regals, the subtles, and the brights. So you get, I believe it's $57.50 if you were to purchase all these packs, but you will get them absolutely free just for signing up to be a demonstrator, and then you get your 20% off. All right? All the measurements for my card's not staying closed now. All the measurements for the card will be on my blog, creativestampingdesigns.com, on Friday, this Friday, the 22nd, I believe it is. And I'll have all the measurements and the directions, and then there'll be a link to the video also. The video will be on my Facebook page so that you can make this card. And if you do, I would love for you to take a picture and post it on my Facebook page right below this, in the comments of the video, so then I can see it. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I appreciate it. And I will hopefully see you all next week, next Wednesday. Have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye.